everybody has a different definition for what a ghost is, right? So I wanted
Right.
to know what your definition is about the ghost.
Okay. See, my definition about ghosts, what I believe is there. I mean, there are no ghosts in this world. The
Okay.
ghost exists in the mind of a person. Okay.
Okay,
I mean,
that's a nice way to put it.
yes, one can always see a ghost if it's in his mind. The
Okay.
fear, see, we all have the emotions like love, affection, and everything.
Right.
We have the, what you can say, a great emotion, which is called as the fear.
Right.
And this fear, it creates the different views on this ghosts and entities and spirits and everything.
Right.
This fear will trigger the chemical reactions in your brain, and
Right.
then you will start listening to the sounds which are not there, or you start seeing the things which are not there, and it
Right.
made you believe that there is something, which something exists, that try to make you afraid of, that is evil, that
Mm-hmm.
try to possess you and something like that. So it's
Mm-hmm.
a base of this particular ghost or any evil concept is the
Mm-hmm.
fear of unknown. So if
Okay.
you
Now, I wanted to ask you why did you when you first started to realize that something of this sort doesn't exist, what
hmm,
made you believe that something of this sort does not exist? What made you take a decision of being an atheist?
atheist, I mean, the people just take the definition of atheist as the person who doesn't believe on the God.
Right.
It is not a definition of atheist. What atheist mean is
Right.
it doesn't belong. I mean, it doesn't. The person who is atheist, he doesn't believe on the materialistic concept of God. I mean,
Right.
see, God is a very large concept. It's a universal concept. Our Asian people who developed this concept basically wanted to see this is an energy. See,
Mm-hmm.
God is nothing but an energy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything in this world or this universe runs on energy.
Right.
If you see around you, you will see the light energy, the heat energy, wave energy, and all the sorts of different forms of an energy.
Right.
So this is basically, this should be the concept of the God. But what
Okay.
people have done, they have put that particular in a particular box. They have made it a into the closed compartment. So
Right.
what you observe around you is the people try to worship the stones. They try to worship the murtis and something. They try
Right.
to see the God in that particular stone, which is the stone. I mean, the God doesn't live there. What lives there is an energy. If you see
Okay.
the sun, if you see a sun gives us the heat energy, light
Yes.
energy, and our earth runs on it.
Right.
So I don't see a God in a particular stone. I don't see a God in a particular mukti or something.
Right.
What I believe is an energy that runs everything. So
Okay.
I believe on that particular concept, that uh, whatever around us is depend upon and is created by and will be destroyed by the energy. There is
Okay.
no God. See, man is the creator of a God as per my view, right?
Right.
So
Right.
man has created this concept of God. See, when we see around us, we can't explain few things. We
Mm-hmm.
try to put it into the something which is
Mm-hmm.
not there. We
Right.
want someone to blame, we want someone to worship. That's
Right.
why this God concept has been created. And
Right.
similarly, when you need something positive, you have something positive, you will
Mm-hmm.
need something negative, right? So
Right.
those who have created the God concept, these people have created the ghost concept. So there
Okay.
is always a positive and negative concept will try to neutralize each other. But for me, everything is an energy. There is nothing positive or nothing negative. It's your
Okay.
brain how you process it. And you ask me, when did you start realizing that? See,
Right.
as a kid, we have been always been taught by our parents that to worship a god,
Mm-hmm.
go to the temple and do the prayers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But see, when I also used to do that when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But when you can say around when I passed my 10th exam, or
Mm-hmm.
when we go to the outside world, you will
Mm-hmm.
see, and I mean, I saw that this materialistic concept is harming the society, that people are blindly following it. People doesn't understand what is meaning by the God, what exactly we want to say. We just beg to the God, give me this, give me that.
Mm-hmm.
We follow
Right.
it superstitiously.
Right.
No one knows the basis of this. Then I
Okay.
realizing that, I mean, then I realized that whatever the concept which is existing in this society,
Mm-hmm.
it is that concept is not going to help us to go further. It doesn't allow you to think outside the box.
Right.
Right? If you ask questions, too much questions, they will tell you, no, don't ask questions, just follow it, just follow it. See,
Right.
I always have that attitude in my mind. I will not follow it unless I know it. Right?
Right.
That's
Right.
why I asked the questions, and when I didn't get the answers, I realized that this concept should not be followed. Don't see a god as a some avatar or some person or some personality. No, it is nothing like that. That's the way I developed my thought process, and that's the way I believe. And non-believer
Okay.
in a materialistic concept of God.
Okay. Sounds fair enough. Okay. So the thing that you mentioned earlier was about energies, right? So
Right.
if for example, uh, if there is a very positive vibe or a very positive energy field where temples are
Hmm.
situated, right? uh,
Right.
we do feel the energy when we go to temples because of the chantings and the agarbattis and dhoop that we light up, right? So because of
Right.
that, there is some kind of a positive energy in temples usually, right? So what I
Right.
wanted to ask you is that not what we can say an inspiration for people to go there and worship, or like you said, if someone does not actually worship god, if just he wants to go there and have a peace of mind, is that fine for you?
Yes, that is definitely fine for me. See, the chants and whatever you mentioned, see,
Hmm.
whatever we speak, everything has a wavelength and a frequency,
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah.
Everything has a natural frequency in this world. So
Yes,
whatever
exactly.
these frequencies, when they resonate, they
Hmm.
create some sort of energy that can resonate with your brain and gives you a peace of mind,
Right.
right? See, going in the temple and listening to them, or I mean, having peace of mind is nothing bad at all.
Right.
But going in the temple blindlessly and just following the tradition without using your logic,
Right.
that is what I'm against. Right?
Right.
If a person is starving at outside the temple, and you're
Hmm.
giving thousands of rupees, or you're giving lots of food to the particular uh,
Beggar or
god or
person,
something
whatever
like
it may
that,
be. Yeah.
right? You should give that to the starving person, and that if you believe on god, the god will be really happy if you give the person, the starving person, that
Yes.
particular amount or that particular food. it
Yes,
doesn't
agreed.
it doesn't demand you anything, right? God doesn't
Agreed.
want anything from you. It is
Agreed.
man who has created all these things, all these superstitions, that
Yes.
in case of an lady people, I mean, if they are on a period, then they should not go and worship the Ganesh. What kind of god ask for this, right? Nobody,
Yes.
no
Right.
god tell you this, don't
Right.
worship me. This is the people who have created it,
Right.
right? That's the basis of it.
Right. So basically, what you want to, the gist of everything is what you want people to question things. Without questioning
Right.
things, don't blindly
You
follow
cannot learn.
everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. That's it. So yeah. So the next thing I wanted to ask you was, if you don't believe in God, you have already answered this question, I guess. But if
Right.
there are some negative energies, right? Is
Right.
there a possibility that a demon or a soul or something like that would appear in that area because there is a lot of negative energy, or let's say that there is no positive energy in the area and just negative energy, 100% negative energy you have in that area, and so is that a place that attracts these kind of souls and these kind of things? But since I'm assuming, since you don't believe in such things, you don't
Right.
to be the same, right?
See, yeah, I answered your question in the first part itself,
Right.
right?
Right.
The ghost exists in the mind of a person.
Right.
It
Right.
doesn't exist actually. What can be experienced is there are certain sounds
Hmm.
and certain things which are not in our visible spectrum, right?
Right. Right.
Everything has a different frequency and different wavelength.
Hmm.
So human brain is able to process the frequencies and the wavelength in a particular region.
Hmm.
Okay, if something by some mistake, by some chemical reaction in your mind, if you are able to hear that particular sound which is not supposed to be here, it
Right.
is outside your spectrum of understanding,
Hmm.
then you might, I mean, your brain doesn't know what is that, so it
Right.
start processing it something outside, something different. Then you
Which is
might
unknown
heard
to you,
something, or
right?
you might listen something that is unknown to you. It
Right.
is a fear of unknown that creates all this kind of thing.
Right. Okay. What did your parents and your relatives say when you decided that you aren't going to believe in God, and you're not going to follow all the traditional practices and everything? What was their
Right.
response?
See, right. See, my parents are very open to all these kind of ideas, right? They never forced me to do such things.
Okay.
I mean, when I started non-believing, they were cool with it. I mean, they didn't have any problem with that because they are open to accept the ideas, right?
Right.
But
Right.
many of my friends, especially or my relatives, who didn't, I mean, they didn't like this idea. See, you always, if you're not belong to a herd, they always try to put you outside of the herd,
Right.
right?
Right.
If you are different, if you're different, then everybody thinks that you are I mean, you are a mad person, or
Right.
you just want to draw the attention of the others. That's why
Mm-hmm.
you are saying this. All those reactions were there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I gave them this logical explanation of why you want to do this. I mean, why are you following this? Tell me the reason of it.
Right.
And the real reason is always lead you to the some kind of energy.
Right.
Uh, the people, I mean, the who just blindly follow it, they doesn't understand that
Mm-hmm.
they just tell you to do this, do this, do this. But when I asked them questions, I mean, a lot of them, some of them had the answers, but that was not satisfactory to let
Okay.
me believe in the materialistic concept of God. But
Right.
general reaction was a negative reaction. Yes, people generally said me, you are drawing the attention, you are trying to be unique, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. So
Mm-hmm.
you always, I mean, those who are non-believer like me, they must have gone through all this kind of emotions.